What's going on, guys? Chip here, and welcome back to round number 4 of our Standard League Challenge this past weekend in High Point, North Carolina. Got another great match for you guys today. We have EJ McGinniss here on the left playing a Vespiquen deck, Vespiquen Raichu deck, and then on the right we have Andy Bennett who's playing Mega Mewtwo Garbodor. So definitely a really interesting match, and we're just going to go ahead and get right into it and see what happens. So, it looks like these guys are going to shake hands real quick, flip over their cards, and EJ starting with 2 Klefkis, unfortunately, and Andy starts with a Trubbish. Andy's going to go ahead and start off with a Trainer's Mail. Ooh, and looks like he failed it right away. Didn't see anything there he could get, and EJ's just going to go ahead and cut Andy's deck. And Andy's going to play another Trainer's Mail, and this grabs him an Ultra Ball, and this will almost certainly be going for a Hoopa EX. It looks like he had to discard a VS Seeker and a Shrine of Memories, which is really unfortunate, but he's just gonna flip through his deck real quick, kind of check his prizes now, and looks like he's getting a Mewtwo EX, a Shaman EX, and I would imagine another Mewtwo EX. Seems pretty good. Going ahead and get those set up. Yeah, and that's what he gets. Seems good. He actually is playing both the Full Art and the Secret Rare Mewtwo. I prefer the Full Art one to the Secret Rare one myself, but definitely both really cool artworks. And he's gonna attach a Floatstone, and drop another Shrine of Memories, and then set up for 5. It looks like. So he probably is only playing 2 or 3 Shrine of Memories. So already 2 of those in between the discard pile and in play gone, which is unfortunate. EJ here is going to Ultra Ball, discarding a Special Charge and a Revitalizer. Really unfortunate. Those are 2 really good cards in his deck that he really probably wanted to save for later on in the game, but I guess everything else in his hand was really important, and he just couldn't get rid of it right now. EJ's just going to kind of be looking through his deck, trying to figure out what he needs to take. He is also playing the Evolutions, the Vaporeon and Flareon for things like Scizor and Volcanion. This, like I said, guys, was a really popular deck here at this LC, and yeah, did pretty well. So he's just going to take his time here figuring it out, and he's just going to get a Combi, it looks like. So they're going to shuffle up, and I'd imagine EJ will have like a Shaman or a Sycamore, something like that in his hand, being able to fill up his hand a little, or to get new cards in his hand. Unfortunate that he had to start 2 Klefkis for sure, and yeah, he does have a Shaman. Definitely doesn't want to start with Klefki in the active, because obviously you can only use Wonderlock if Klefki is on the bench. So here he might Ultra Ball again, maybe getting a Pikachu or another Combi or something like that. He really wants to get another attacker out, just in case, since he does rely heavily on these evolutions. He needs to make sure he has the basics in play at all times. So he's going to Ultra Ball, get rid of a Vespiquen and a Sycamore, and probably going to grab a Pikachu or a Combi. It looks like he's going to go for that Pikachu, yeah, which he does, which seems okay to me. I think he did have to discard a double colorless off of a Acrobike, which is really not good. I imagine he's probably playing 2 Special Charge. Special Charge is a really, really great card in these decks. So he's actually going to go ahead and use Wonderlock and put it on that Combi just to protect it a little bit. And he's going to go ahead and use Shaman's ability to set up and draw a few more cards. The Evolutions really aren't going to do much for him in this matchup, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see him Ultra Ball, get rid of that right here. He also may just hold that for the next turn. So let's see what he decides to do. He's going to go ahead and Farewell Letter. He finds a Trainer's Mail. He's going to play it. So I guess he might... I probably would say it's good to take the Sycamore. No, he must have another supporter in his hand. He's just going to fail it and shuffle back up. So I think EJ's pretty good and set up for his next turn. He's got 2 potential attackers on the field. So I think he's pretty good with where he's at. He's actually going to go ahead and Farewell Letter again. Finds another Trainer's Mail. Let's see if he plays this one. No, he's going to Ultra Ball here. Interesting to use Farewell Letter before doing something like Ultra Ball, just to thin a little bit more. But yeah, he looks like he got rid of a Ranger and an Eevee. Like I said, guys, that Eevee's really not going to be very useful in this matchup, and we'll see if he's able to get rid of a lot of Pokemon here. Obviously, Vespiquen has a lot harder time without Battle Compressor in the format, but with things like Unknown and Klefki, you can definitely still get a lot of Pokemon in the discard pretty quickly. So he's going to go ahead and Farewell Letter once again. So this is a really good turn here from EJ, getting really set up and playing through a lot of his deck. And it looks like he saw a Sycamore, elected not to take it, which I think is fine. I think he does have a VS Seeker in his hand, so I think we just... yeah, he's shuffling up, and I can't tell if he already passed on to Andy's turn or if, yeah, Andy's just waiting to cut his deck. Nope, he's still going. Counting how many Pokemon he got in the discard, which is a pretty good amount for just his first turn without Battle Compressor, is pretty awesome. Oh, that was his first supporter? That's insane. I didn't even realize it. So he just dug through so much of his deck and hadn't even played a supporter yet. So yeah, and it looks like we just see him pass on to Andy's turn. Andy's going to go ahead and evolve to Garbodor, which is going to shut off abilities for the rest of the game, shutting off that Wonderlock, which is pretty key. Attaches energy, and looks like we saw Sycamore. And there he goes with the Spirit Link and the Mega. And this Mega Mewtwo is up and running, and it is going to be difficult for EJ to hit the right numbers on this thing. So EJ, of course, does have to discard that. Does have to discard the Klefki since it is the end of Andy's turn. So we see him attach a double colorless evolved Raichu. He actually has a Raichu break in his hand. I don't think he's playing Lightning Energies, so I think that he's just playing the Raichu break as a thing to give his Raichus a little more HP, and also it's another Pokemon that he can discard and power up Vespiquen's Be Revenge. So interesting choice. I kind of like it. It's kind of cool. Given his Raichu, I think 130 HP as opposed to 90, so making it a little harder to knock out, I suppose. So we're going to see an in here. And he just got a handful of Pokemon, which is really unfortunate. He can't use Unknown's Farewell Letter now because of Garbodor. He can't use Wonderlock or anything like that because of... he does have a Klefki in his hand, but he can't use Wonderlock because of the... Garbodor, of course. And we see Andy's just going to Lysander up that Combee and take a knockout there. So really not looking too hot for EJ right now. He's got a handful of Pokemon and he draws an Ultra Ball. Normally would be a good out to Shaman, but of course with Garbodor on the field is not going to do anything for him. I imagine he'll just grab another basic or an evolution here. Oh, he's looking down the break. He might use the break and give his Raichu just a little more HP, but he also, if he grabs the basic Combee, which is what he did there, it'll give Raichu's Circle Circuit a little bit more damage. So... yeah, Andy is playing it really well. Getting rid of that Combee was definitely really important. Seeing that, Combee can hit a knockout on Mewtwo this coming turn, but I don't think Raichu can. So, good foresight there by Andy. And let's see. And yeah, EJ's just going to have to settle for 3-shotting this Mewtwo. Now, if Andy can find a Psychic Energy, he can use Damage Change. Oh, wait, is that a... he just played a Pokemon Center Lady. That's really cool. So it really throws off the numbers there for EJ, really making it even harder for him to do anything. Let's see. He's got an in. He's just going to go ahead and play it. So it'll, hopefully set Andy back a little bit. That's what EJ's hoping, to put him down at just 3 cards. EJ will still get 6. So let's see. They're just shuffling up here, and then they'll draw their cards. Andy's checking how many Pokemon are in the discard. How much is he going to be doing with a Be Revenge here? So that's really cool. The Pokemon Center Lady throws the math off so much for these Vespiquen decks. And we see a special charge there. We'll be able to put back 2 DCEs, which is good. But other than that, he didn't get a Vespiquen, I don't think. I didn't see a Revitalizer or anything like that. I didn't see another DCE in his hand. So I don't think we'll be seeing an attack from EJ right now, which is really not great. Yeah, we just see him pass. So we see a DCE going on to that Mewtwo. Can Andy find another VS Seeker for Pokemon Center Lady and just make this Mewtwo impossible to take out? That would be really, really hard for... he just damage changes, actually, which is, a good play as well. Only 2 prize cards left for Andy. All he needs is a VS Seeker on a Shaman to win the game. And EJ is forced to Sycamore here as opposed to inning. He just really needs to draw cards. And it looks like he did draw a DCE and a Vespiquen. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I think there's 16 or 17. I didn't quite get a good count. It's kind of hard to go by. So he is, I think, just short of a knockout here. He's got the Vespiquen and the DCE. Oh, probably was hoping to discard a Pokemon there with that Acrobike. Wasn't able to do it. I don't think he has an Ultra Ball or anything in his hand. So he's got Pokemon in his hand that he could use to discard, but unfortunately... he's actually going to go... Okay, this is a cool play, I think. He's going to retreat, and he's going to use Rototiller here. I like this play a lot. He might get back I imagine like some VS Seekers. Maybe like a special charge, but probably... I think 2 VS Seeker would probably be fine. Or VS Seeker Revitalizer, that seems good as well. But, of course, all Andy needs here is and he shows him the VS Seeker for the Lysander. And EJ's just checking to make sure the Lysander is in fact in there, and it is, because he Lysandered a Combi earlier on. But that is going to do it for this game. Really good games to both of these guys. They played really well. Unfortunately, it came right down to the wire. And, I mean, EJ, he didn't take a prize card, but he was, playing really well the whole time, putting himself in good positions. And just unfortunate, Mega Mewtwo has so much HP, it's really difficult for these Vespiquen decks to hit one-hit knockouts on it until really late in the game. But I hope you guys enjoyed this series. Let me know if you enjoyed this league challenge. We will definitely have more recorded for you in the future, so be sure you stay tuned for those. And I'm going to get out of here. I appreciate you guys watching, and until next time, take care.